The 8th EgoSelf talk is online, the first one for this year. So we are going to speak about acceptance, my favorite subject. And you know that I casually think about it and I often speak about it because acceptance is the actually one way to heal. This is the one way to recover. This is the one way to go on your life happily. But still there are some subjects in our daily life that inexplicably hard to accept. How to accept sexual abuse or how to accept child sexual abuse. I'm going to invite now Robin Billerstam, alias Yaas, who lives in Stockholm. He's a Stockholm rapper, and he is so kind and so open to share with us his own experience of sexual abuse and other pages of his biography. So let's invite him. I always forget how to do that. And Robin? Robin!
Hello, Maria.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too. How's the weather in Stockholm?
The weather. What did you say?
How is the weather in Stockholm?
It's snowy.
Okay.
How are you? Good to see you.
Nice to see you too. Thanks for coming. Let's enjoy this time together. Even we're going to speak about hard stuff. So how old are you actually, Robin?
I turned 40. I almost said 30 last year. So I turned 31 this year, summer.
Okay, and how old do you feel actually?
Good question. Maybe 18?
18? Okay. That's cool to hear actually. So we're going to speak about your life experience anyway, which caused you emotions different, that probably made you quite grown up in a very early age.
Yeah.
That's why I'm very happy to hear that you feel 18. So let's hope this is positive. Do you mind if we start right away with experience of child molestation?
Yeah, of course. Be my guest.
Okay, how did it happen, Robin? Who was this person?
Okay, so it was in kindergarten. I was 6 years old, and this was a substitute teacher. Do you call it that? Yeah. And he was, I don't remember how old he was, but mid-20s, I think. And he was a pedophile. And people didn't know that because people usually don't know that about people. It's not like you go around and like, yeah, I'm a pedophile. So it's hard. So, for a person like this, it's kind of obvious to work in a kindergarten, you know. So, yeah, but it only happened one time. It took me to the toilet, and more details I don't want to go into.
Okay.
But you know, I don't remember too much before, too much after, like, but the situation I remember every second of it, you know.
Okay.
So it has been printed in mind, you know, and I've been locking it down for I don't know, 23 years, you know.
Okay, so you lived with this 23 years afterwards, after this happened, and never talked about it to someone?
No, it's not even my mother. No one.
Ooh, that's heavy shit, let's
Mm.
say.
Yeah, you could say.
And, may I ask you, I mean, you don't want to go in detail, respectfully, we do not want maybe to know all the details of this horrible thing, but still, what was your first feeling about it? How did you feel in this moment when this happened, and after this happened, what did you feel? Were you frozen, lost?
First, I didn't know what was going on, you know. I was 6 years old, and I was like, yeah, you know, this is my teacher, and he's telling me to go with him. And like, of course, I do that, you know. But I remember, like, a few minutes in this situation, I felt a really strong feeling of powerlessness. Like, I was starting to get afraid, like, what is going on.
What was you afraid about?
I was so young. somewhere understood, like, okay, this is fucked up. This is not supposed to happen to children, you know. So I became very frightened, and I became very, like, I felt powerless. Maktlös, you call it in Swedish, but yeah, powerless. I don't know. So that's the first two feelings that I felt from this. But you know, I think the aftermath after this situation is worse than the actual feelings when it happened. You know. Yeah, sorry, I'm just gonna get a glass of water. I'm sorry.
Go for it. I drink instead. We should have took something heavier than water, actually.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You felt lost. You felt hope, we said powerless. So it's hard to express. Like many children also have feeling of guilty that it's their fault that they were at this time, that this happened to this time. How did this person actually behave when he was around you afterwards?
The thing is, afterwards, it didn't take too long for him to, like, disappear. I don't know what happened to him, actually. I have heard rumors, but I'm not gonna spread rumors here. It was 23 years ago, but I have heard rumors that someone, like, did something to him, because I wasn't his only, like,
Victim.
Yeah. So the rumors are saying that someone did something really bad to him. Okay. But that's only a rumor, you know. So I have no clue, actually.
Do you think it's right? Do you think it's right if you would be a father that would happen to your son or to your daughter? What would you do?
Oh, that's a heavy question.
It's only heavy questions in EgoSelf talk.
During the treatment I had last year. So, like, after the first when I spoke about this the first time, you know, like when the actual words came out of my mouth, my first feeling was like, I want to go home to Stockholm and I want to find this guy and I want to do something really bad to him. That was my first, like, instinct after I talked about this. But during the treatment, I talked about it, and I talked about it time after time. So now I just feel sorry for him. Like, what kind of fucked up thing that he has to go through just to so he can do this to a 6-year-old child, you know? So I have very mixed feelings. But if it was my own child, oh, that's a whole different level. I don't know what I would do if I know that this guy had actually sexually abused my. Yeah, I don't know. Very mixed feelings. It's even though it's a sickness, like, yeah, I don't know what to say.
It's hard to accept. It's hard to understand.
Yeah, it's really hard to understand.
But what do you think? Like, let's say the guy is pedophile, or let's say I would be a man, 30 years old. I feel like I'm a pedophile. I would love to have sexual interaction with a kid. I love to watch pornography with children. What do you think I should do as a pedophile?
I don't know what to say. Like, seek help. Because this thing that you have inside you, it's like it will, if you act on the feelings, this will fuck up someone's life. His whole life will, like, in different ways. Like, I live my life, but you know, the aftermath for me was like chronic depression, panic attacks, that I still live with, trust issues, and I actually thought before the treatment that my trust issues come from a whole different scenario, but during the treatment everything fell in place, you know, like, okay, everything makes sense now, you know.
That's what therapy is for, actually. If someone is watching us right now and went through something else like traumatic in the childhood, always seek for help. Actually, if you even don't think that you have some trauma, I think therapy puts everything in order. Can you blame your later problems and experience that you had gone through as a child for it?
Yeah, some of it, yeah, of course. And that is like became very clear during the treatment. So I don't want to blame everything that happened in my life that's bad on this particular situation. It was one time, but a lot of psychological problems that I have dealt with during my life and when I grew up, a big case. I'm
Big
sorry,
part,
mate.
yeah, big part of the issue from that.
Come from this situation, yeah.
It's actually cool that you say not everything, because it's also important in therapy to take care of your own problems and to take responsibility for that. To say like, okay, it happened, but I'm still responsible for the rest of my life and how I treat these experiences. So you are a healthy man.
Yeah.
Tell me.
I wouldn't go so far to say that I'm healthy, but I'm working on it, you know.
Yeah, we're all working on it.
Yeah.
We are all working on it. We are right now working on each other's health. Okay, what would we do about it? How to protect children? I mean, you know, I have a 5 years old daughter. She's a really very beautiful kid. She's very smart. She's super open to men. She's incredibly, she would sit in the next car just because the guy is handsome and he smiled at her. She would never need even a chocolate. So how to protect? Is it possible to protect our kids from it?
I don't know. Like this is not my area of expertise, so I don't know. Maybe have like, but I think here in Sweden they have very like strict. They check you up in the like police register and stuff when they hire people to kindergartens and stuff. So I think they do what they actually can do at the moment. But I don't know. It's not my area of expertise to like.
Yeah, but we're still, you know, we vote, and the judicial system and governments, they take care of it. For example, in Germany, the penalty is much less than in Russia. In Russia, you're gonna go through, you're gonna have hard life, and actually, I don't think you ever gonna have sex again. Speaking of prison, if you actually come to prison being a pedophile, your friends would not treat you nicely either. But the completely other story in Germany. What do you think?
Here, pedophiles have their own ward, you know, so they are like locked in together and they don't mix with other people. So yeah, I think they have a little bit too good here, maybe. I don't know.
But what do you think would be fair as a penalty, like the chemical, how it's called, castration, or what do you think would be really fair, like in your opinion, of course?
Yeah, like castrate them, of course, like chemically, yeah, of course. So if the children are old enough to get pregnant, you know, then they can't get pregnant because, yeah. But I don't know. It's not for me to say. Like, no, it's not for me to say. I think, yeah, no. Let's skip that one.
So we spoke about child sexual abuse. We definitely will.
Very question, you know, my feelings are very mixed. So of course, every human have the right to treatment, but every human also have the right not to get sexually abused by sick people. So yeah, if chemical castration, that would be like the most humane, I think. So they can't like get a child that also, you know, I don't know, but it's a sensitive question.
Welcome to EgoSelf Talks. All right. I love the music you produce. My daughter is a huge fan of yours.
How
But
how
we
is
don't. What?
how is Samara, by the way? She's good.
Tamara is doing great. She's not at home. Otherwise, we would not be able to talk. So she's a big fan of yours.
Okay.
We enjoy the music, often driving the car, but we never understand the lyrics. What are your texts about mostly?
Mostly, I like to provoke, I want to create a feeling with what I'm speaking about. So it's a lot about drugs and mostly about bad things in my opinion, in a funny way, you know.
Okay.
Like provoke to get people to yeah. I like to provoke people.
Okay. I have to learn Swedish finally because I think this is my part, my cup of tea to have the like, as far as I understand, like the to provoke society about the subjects and the drugs
Yeah.
to legalize or not to legalize, right? We're coming to that. Wait, wait. So, do you think your lyrics are in a way your kind of therapy?
Oof, that's a good question. Yes, of course.
When did you begin to write? How did it happen? And probably this was step by step. When you were a kid, you tried to express your emotions and feelings through writing.
Yeah, but you know, in the beginning when I was a child, I started out drawing. Um, like I painted and draw a lot. And I think that was like around after this situation. Yeah. So, but I have never seen it in that way, you know, because I have never processed this
Mm-hmm.
situation. But yeah, I think that was some kind of um,
Therapy.
like mindfulness, maybe. I think
Right.
meditation. Yeah.
And how did it come up to writing?
That started off when I was 16. I met a friend in school. He had a studio, and his dad was like, did when you do music, first you produce the music, then you mix it, and then you master it. And he was a master, a great one as well. And so he had a big studio at home. So I just, wow, this is cool. This sounds cool. Yeah, I can join. But then became we were friends, but he was not a good person. So after a while, I went away from there, and then life came in between, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So and then I picked up the pen, I think 7 or 8 years ago, again.
How good you did it.
A couple of friends asked me to join the studio, and I was like, yeah, of course. And since that day, I've been on and off, but yeah, since that,
So this is what you want to do for living your whole life?
yeah, of course. Um, the thing is with with the depression, it's sometimes it's so hard to just fucking stand up from the bed, you know. So I have my creative bubbles sometimes that I can go inside and then I do stuff and then nothing for a month, you know. So, but yeah, of course, about music, like the dream in the end, like the end game is that I should live on my music, you know.
Yeah.
But that's a dream. I do music now because I need to do music, you know.
Yeah, I believe in you very much. I like what I hear, and I think the biography you have is actually perfect to what you do. So you
Mm-hmm.
always pick yourself up with the feelings and know the different sides. I remember writing you like, "Oh, you're a gangster," since the prison thing and rapper, and like, no, not at all. So I understand now that is true, and I think world needs such people like you more and more. Do you believe in God? Do you believe in something?
No, 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 no. Like I believe in energy sometimes, you know, but it's too diffuse to put in a box, you know. I don't know. Uh, I'm not believe in I do not believe in a higher being, so to speak. I just think that everything is connected because we are all the same material, you know. But not in a religious way. It's just
So like
energy.
universe, and we're energy, and we're
Yeah, we're all built from the same building stones. Just look, we just don't look the same, you know.
okay, accepted. So now we're coming to your prison treatment. We spoke between the lines. We spoke, the first part, of course, is about what happened to you. The ones who join us right now, we're speaking about hard child sexual abuse experience of Robin, and of his childhood and the way to become who he is now. But I really would love to talk about prison treatment, since you are such a lovely, kind, warm-hearted person. What did you do?
I was like, this was in the beginning of 2020, and then this period of time, I battled a pretty serious addiction from all kinds of different drugs.
May I ask you
Mainly benzo and amphetamines at that time, cocaine, and yeah, the list is long, but those two were the main, besides weed, of course. And one day I was in a, I'm not gonna speak about the other people in this situation, but I was in a apartment where allegedly we had a half a kilo of amphetamine, and that's a pretty serious crime in Sweden. It's yeah, but because I had an addiction, like I went to jail and I was in jail for 4 months with the restrictions. So it was me and my TV for 4 months in a cell, you know, and my cellmate. But then instead of going to prison, real prison, because of my addiction, I got like it's a closed treatment. So I can't go away from there, because then the police will get me and then will send me to a real prison. But so it's like a treatment home, but I can't leave. I'm sentenced to do my time in, you know.
it's actually like kind of clinics?
No, we were in a like out in the forest in a like a in a kind of big house, and we did treatment from 8 in the morning till 22 at night, you know. So it was treatment all day, Monday to Monday, for 3 months, and then the rest of the and when I came from this is like shock therapy, you know. After the you come to this other place, and then it's a little bit more mellow. Still,
Someone is writing us. Close rehab center. Is it?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, this is one of my friends from this place.
Hi, friends. Well, so do you think it was useful? Do you think it was all correct what happened to you, to go for this, to go 4 months prison, to go to closed rehab center? Do you think it was the right thing to do?
Both yes and no. Like I have told my friends in the aftermath, like maybe 20% of this treatment was like really good for me. Like I could speak about the abuse when I was little, and like my dad issues and shit like that, you know, that I had to process, that I hadn't processed in all my life. But then there was also a lot of like God this and God that, and they were like, no, this is not a religious treatment, it's yeah. So, and I was like, no, we speak a lot about God, yeah, so this is a religion treatment.
Okay, that's
But apart from the religious factors, it was a really good thing to do, you know, because now today I actually feel better, but I'm not sober today, so you know, so, so yeah, come see, come ça.
yeah, but sober, is it the aim actually to become? Like, I never tried drugs yet. who knows? But I'm thinking like a glass of wine or a bottle of champagne with friends, or get sloshed once in a while. Like, come on, I cannot imagine like the sober life. Like, what for? It's like forbid. What about you? Is it the aim, or is it a must, or
No,
how?
for me, the aim was just to like actually, if now we are speaking the truth, and like I thought that this treatment would be easier than to go to prison, but it actually would have been a lot easier to go to prison and just do your time and like chill out. But yeah. It's yeah, like Samuel says here, like yeah, I've broken a lot of bad habits, but I still have few left, you know. So
But is it the aim to get rid of them, or do you think it's all right? It's just super cool to have it all.
yeah, that's I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good today, so cool. I'm all right, you know.
Okay, that's good. I just want to read out for people who would view us and who are viewing us right now that victims of child sexual abuse may happen to have dissociative identity disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, borderline personality disorder, and eating disorders such as bulimia and so on. So depression's quite understandable, and you also said about some issues with your father, which in a way we all have, but I definitely believe that when it comes all together, it's just like how to deal with this all. And I'm touched. I don't know where to go on. It's also interesting. So you were convicted because of this amphetamine story. You went there and you said like in a way it was good because I feel right now good. So are you kind of thankful for what happened to you? In a global way. I know it's mixed.
Yeah. In some ways, yes, of course, but some other ways it was like I just went up to an apartment. I made a bad decision, and that took away like almost 2 years of my life. In the way I wanted to live my life, you understand? But still, I've found a lot of acceptance.
That's
In
probably
how
starting
things
with.
are like from this situation, and that I'm very grateful for, you know.
I would see it also like sometimes we pay with the time to win more time. Who knows how would your life would be? By the way, what do you think how your life would be if this would never happen? The first story with when you were 6 years old, and the other one with the prison. How would it be?
What? Sorry, what did you say? What?
How do you think your life would be if you would ever experience this when you were 6 years old?
Um, I don't know. Different.
Different.
I
Okay,
guess.
so it influenced your life heavily, dramatically.
Yeah. Like psychologically, yeah. Like, and I don't even think that I knew it from the beginning. You know, everything became much more clear for me after the treatment, you know, like everything, like I told you before, everything was put in place, and then everything made sense. Like, why am I like this? Why do I have fucking panic attacks without knowing why? And like, why am I depressed all the time? Not all the time, but you know. And that became very like, yeah, logic.
And
After the
actually, I mean, don't you think it's a lucky thing then what happened to you, that you were at the wrong place at the wrong time?
Yeah,
That's
that was, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's like it happened and it happened, you know. I could never like rewind the time. So if I'm gonna think about the question like how would my life look like it's impossible for me to know. But mo, mo, I would probably feel better about myself like today. I don't know, maybe.
okay.
I don't know. It's hard to say, you know.
I understand. Do you think drugs should be legalized, or you think it should be forbidden?
Yeah, I think we should legalize weed, cannabis. Um, I think you should decriminalize the use of drugs. Um, because it's like it's an addiction, it's a sickness. Like most people can use drugs without fall in a deep addiction, you know, but some people can't do that, and it's a sickness. They need help. They should not be criminalized, you know. So I think cannabis should be legal, and I think that the use of drugs should be decriminalized. So you can work on the problem instead of like, yeah, get put in a like a police register, and then you can't get jobs, and like, so then it's like a bad,
Yeah.
like a snowball effect from just smoking weed can be like really serious for a lot of people, you know. So yeah, yeah, the use of drugs should be decriminalized, of course.
If you would come back to super many years ago when you tried the drugs for the first time, would you make different choices, especially about the heavy stuff?
I don't know. Probably
Kids,
not.
kids, kids are watching us. Kids are
No,
watching us.
the thing,
No, I mean
um,
honestly, like you know what you went through, like really how hard it was.
what?
You know what you went through, how hard was the battle with benzoids and with other stuff, like
Yeah, you know, it's bad. Like over consummation of anything is bad. But you know, everything is relative. But would I start using drugs with everything I know today? Yeah, probably. Yeah, but not the heavy ones, maybe. You know.
okay, okay, that makes the sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Should I try drugs?
I will never tell someone to try drugs. This is my choice. If you want to try drugs, you try drugs. This is not my like responsibility.
Okay,
My
but maybe it's
responsibility.
some unforgettable experience that would make me to write better, since I write as well.
Nah, I don't believe that. Like for some people, they get more focused or more relaxed, so it's easier for them to write or whatever. But this is not the reason I use drugs. You know,
Okay.
I think yeah, it's hard to explain. Sometimes it's to like not have anxiety. Sometimes it's not to be tired. Sometimes it's just to have a good night. Sometimes it's to sleep. Like, yeah, you understand. So it's different drugs.
I use to sleep good, like some sport or a good book. So let's work on the different methods to do the stuff you said. So, but very interesting drugs.
Mm.
May I read something out?
Yeah.
Did you know that 90% of child sexual abuse victims know the perpetrator in some way? So 68% are abused by family members, and so many of these cases are known by their mothers. So the statistic shows that mothers know that stepfathers, fathers, friends, some mothers also abuse sexually kids. So mothers know, huge statistics, like an incredible percentage of mothers know that, and they just keep.
No, I had no idea. That sounds really fucked up, actually.
And this is true. And I read about it before we met as well, not as deeply because it's one of the subjects I can hardly work with. But they don't do it for the first purpose that police would put responsibility on them. Because she is a mother, she should take care of the child's health, and she would be put in prison. That's the first thought that she has. Yeah. So,
Yeah. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say.
yeah, one
Yeah,
study.
that's crazy statistics, actually.
Yeah, but this is shocking, and many people don't know. I mean, actually, they say cancer is a taboo subject. It's not. I don't feel like that. I survived cancer twice, meanwhile, 32. So like other subjects like sexuality, women in the society, like I don't feel like we have really taboo subjects, but child sexual abuse and these numbers is like, what?
Yeah, and it's crazy. And like I think one of the main reasons that I didn't speak about it until now is like I'm a man and I should not I should not I should be big and strong and no one can like sexually abuse me,
Mm-hmm.
But so I think that this is like the the problem, like and this is all, and this is also why I do this now, is because like if I only can help one person to like get professional help, then this was all worth it,
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I'm speaking about it now, so just if one person get help, then I will be glad, so like if someone who's watching now actually have been through this and not talking about it, like go to a professional and talk about it, even how cliche it sounds, like just speak to someone, because it will help you, like yeah, it will help.
I said this is funny, but actually it's the matter of fact that before we started the EgoSelf talk, I prayed a little and I said, like, if there is just one person who would have this conversation for, that's fantastic. That's absolutely worth it. So let's hope that it would move people. Let me read out something else.
Yeah.
One study indicated that 1 out of every 10 men has molested a child. Despite the high rate of child sexual abuse, only 16% of child victims are able to tell someone that they are being abused, and only 3% of sex offenders are caught and prosecuted.
Yeah.
So, one more statistic.
They're disturbing, like yeah, I don't know what to say. And the thing is, like I think also maybe one of the reasons that people don't want to speak about, like for me, I was the victim, so but I have gotten questions like during treatment, like but how are you today, or are you a pedophile now? But no.
Yeah.
No, of course not. Like that, I don't know how that is relevant in any like
This
so
statistic as
maybe
well.
people think about it, and like yeah, if I say that I'm a victim, maybe people will think that I'm a pedophile too,
Yeah, this is
So,
the statistic as well. This is official
yeah,
statistic that people who do that, they had
yeah,
it as well. This is official, unfortunately.
yeah, of course.
But people think it, but I think that many people are not used to this braveness, and they have no clue what it is to speak about it. And this is mostly people who either have no experience in life, I think, at all, or people who are just not clear with their own experiences and they keep silence about their own demons, so to say.
Mhm.
So I have a lot of respect about you, and you know that there are some other issues that I have and show the world, let's say, with my living without right breast, being a young single mother, so to say. So this is all belongs together. It's great to speak about it with you.
Yeah, and you are also a big inspiration for me, like the thing you do and what you are doing for other sick people, So when you asked me, it was like first I was like, what? No. Then I was like, yeah, of course. Of course.
I'm
Yes,
so happy you think the same way, and it's so seldom when people are really ready to talk about it that openly. I began the conversation with acceptance, that actually I believe, and many other psychotherapists and psychologists and normal people believe, that healing starts with actual acceptance that it happened. And once you talk about it, it's actually like the person who's going to judge, this is not the right person to be around. And this is actually a great test for these people. So what
exactly.
can be better?
Yeah, and the thing is, like when I started to like tell my friends, because now I can tell anyone. Now I don't care. It was a long time ago, and I've talked about it so much. So it's like now it's like talking about going to school. You know, it's like it doesn't matter. I can talk about it. So, but what like gave me so much like hope was like when I told my friends. And even though I love them and like that, I have always been afraid to talking about this. But when I told them, then was they actually listened, and then was like, okay, like you know, they actually listened, and I was like, fuck, this was not the reaction I expected. If you understand me,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
even though I love these people and I've known them all my life, you never know how someone will react to something like this. Even especially when you have pushed this feeling down the stomach like for 23 years, like yeah, so that gave me a lot of like hope, like to talk about it more when I started off by telling friends. So
I
yeah.
think it made you grown up very much. That's how I told you, like, how do you feel? How old do you feel now? 18. But actually, your experience is so helpful even for your friends. We never know, like, maybe these friends are turning to be parents, and you know, it's like it's spreading all. And still, you know, we spoke also about hate, but hate is actually ungiven love, and
Yeah.
this love got freedom. How is your love life so far?
It's good.
Relationship.
Um, yeah, it's good. Like I have no problem meeting people. You know, in the beginning it was really hard. Like when I was younger, I had such bad like self-confidence, and I felt very low about myself and shit like that. You know, but when I grew up, and especially with the music, also it gave me another boost, and now it's nothing. It's cool.
Because it's just also the statistic that later on people with abuse, with any abuse, they have just a problem and conflicts in a romantic relationship. I'm just the one who lived with this for many years, because the trust issue and the being vulnerabilities when you are easy to be hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good for you. What do you do now? Like
Like if you want to, if I can just rewind a little, I have a big thank you to the music to like to get the confidence that I can feel today I got a lot of it through music, so I'm very grateful.
I just heard something. Wait, music just has thanked you. Really, I swear. So what do you do now? You're a rapper. You sometimes produce or like
No,
rap. And
no, I don't produce. I write and I rap. And I go to school. I'm studying to like because I'm a high school drop off. So I need to study up my grades, you know. And I do music. And right now I have a single ready to not ready to be released. We're gonna mix it and master it and do all the artwork and stuff with a girl named Alice, and actually with a producer from Germany.
You promised to go on a coffee when you're around.
Yeah. So that's the next step, and I think we will release someone somewhere in February. Yeah, I hope. Not later than February, this single, and then after this I want to start working on an EP. It's a short album.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We are very looking forward to this. I tell Samar later. So, but what for school? I mean, is it like, I mean, people go to school and finish and graduate in order to, where is the
Uh,
purpose?
like Today it's like I want to work with something creative, so maybe besides the music, I'm thinking of graphic designs, and that's what I want to do in the university. But first, I have to study up my grades, you know, so I can go to the university. They won't accept me at this moment, so yeah. So it will be 1.5 more year with this, and then we go off to university.
Yeah.
But you know, maybe I have like with the ADHD, maybe I want to be a rocket scientist in 2 years. I don't know.
Yeah.
But today I want the goal is graphic design. Yeah.
Yeah. That's great that you have a plan, and actually it's also very brave. I cannot imagine to go to study now again. I mean, I'm studying psychotherapy, but nevertheless, I cannot imagine me coming back to the school, because I cannot imagine the maths and everything again. So it takes a lot of courage and power to go on it. Like, we are not 16 anymore. It's completely different life, different needs. Who knows, maybe you meet someone, you become father, you know, it's like you're on a completely different level of social life right now as well. Any plans? No, we just spoke about it. Family or partnership goals. Do you think you're gonna have one day the one and only, and children and
You never know.
it's not the answer. No.
Like children and stuff, it's nothing that I have on my mind right now. If I want to have them in the future, I don't know. We will see, but probably, yeah.
Okay, so it's not something what you don't want at all. It's just for the next time, not. But in general, you can imagine.
At the moment, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Quick questions is the way I close the EgoSelf talk. It has the form of funny game in which I'm going to ask you the question very quickly, and you are going to answer me very quickly. Okay? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. 50 Cent or Tupac?
Tupac.
Day or night?
Night.
Rich and stupid or intelligent and poor?
Intelligent and poor.
Village or city?
City.
Ego or self?
Self.
If tomorrow is the last day you leave, what are you going to do?
I don't know. If it's my last day on Earth, I would probably do a lot of drugs.
Okay. What living person do you most admire?
My mother.
If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
To not. I would like to be an extrovert instead of an introvert, I think.
Okay. What do you consider your greatest achievement?
I don't know. That's a really hard question. I think releasing my first song solo, that was a big step for yeah, I think, yeah.
What is your greatest regret?
I don't do regrets too much. I don't know. Too hard question.
Accepted. If you could choose when and how to die, what would it be?
I think in the when I sleep.
And
Yeah.
how old you are?
Old. Prefer. I want to live my life, you know, and I want to grow old, and I want to try to be a senior, you know.
Like 140 is enough. Okay.
Yeah, the 85 maybe, and then the shotgun comes from.
Okay. And the last question: if you meet God after your death, what would you say to him?
To step down from my throne. No, I don't know. Be kind to my children, maybe.
Oh, I've never heard this answer before. That's fantastic, Robin. Thank you so much for our conversation. It's nice to finally meet you face to face. Thank you for your trust, and I'm very, very sure that at least one person would be moved and would seek for help, probably even would change the life because of this.
I really hope so.
Yeah. My hugs to Stockholm. Have a
Yeah.
happy weekend. We see each other, Robin.
Yeah, okay. Can you give me just 1 minute so I can speak? Like,
Yeah, sure.
gå in och lyssna på Mani nu. Gå in och lyssna på Mani nu. Och följ EgoSelf, ni som är svenskar. Alltså.
Yes, yes. Download Money, the track, this new track from our friend Robin Yaas. And we are greatest fan of yours, my daughter, and people are loving our interview as much as I love it. So enjoy your evening, and hope to talk to you very soon again.
Say hello to Samara from me.
Yay! I will, my dear. Okay.
Okay.
So have a nice weekend. Talk to you soon, Robin. Thank you a lot.
Bye.
Bye-bye.